Hi everybody, it's Stefe and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a CVS haul. We love a good haul in this house. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I decided that it's time for us to do one again. And one thing I noticed at CVS is they do have the Creme Shop, which is Hello Kitty stuff. So I wanted to get some of that. I was very excited about it. I wanted it for about a month now, but at first they didn't really have a lot of things. Now they have a lot more. So let's just dig into these bags and get into the goodies. There are some other things in here that are not Creme Shop, but I did try to get the most Creme Shop stuff that I could for like full face of makeup, but I will show you everything. Okay, first thing, Burt's Bees facial cleansing towelettes with pink grapefruit seed oil for oily and acne prone skin. This is going to be a separate video, but I just wanted to let you guys know this will be coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm very intrigued by these. I kind of want to open them up and smell them, but I'm not going to. So we have that. Then we have some Real Technique sponges because my sponges are very nasty, but you guys will see that later. I'll show you what those look like. But I needed to get some new sponges. Then we have this little Essence palette. That is the brand, and this is the Sol Paris one. So let me see if I can bend her here for the first time. These are the colors. Hold on. And this has like a, there we go. Okay, now I can show you the colors. So this is like a plum and pink color story. So I really wanted to get that. I thought this would be a cute little palette. It is magnetic. We'll do all the Creme Shop stuff last, which really wasn't that much. So then one thing, I don't know if this video is up yet or not, but I did a foundation combo using this foundation, and I actually just picked up this Milani Foundation, which is a 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. These are a little bit darker than my face, but as you can see right now, my face is a little bit more tan. So I'm going to be using these. So these are not the usual colors that I use, but this combo of foundation I'm going to use. Then Milani had this Prime Protect SPF 30 face primer, and I was very intrigued by this. So I wanted to pick this up, and it's actually like pretty big. Like compared to my face, this is a huge primer, and as you guys know, I'm a big primer girl, but I wanted to buy this just to try out some more Milani stuff because I have one of their mascaras and I really like it. And then I have the Milani Concealer. Again, I don't know if these shades are actually going to match me or not, but as you can see, my concealer right now is a little bit too light. I do have bronzer all over my face to darken up my current foundation, but some of it has worn off. So hopefully that foundation combo will work better. But let's get to the Creme Shop stuff. So the first thing we have is a mascara. It's called Wisp Me Away, and this is in black false lash effect. So that's what that looks like. And then we have a lip stain, and this is in the shade Cremesickle. Very pretty. I like the frosted glass. This is the Ready Set Glow Cushion Highlighter. This actually was an item that was featured in BoxyCharm, and I did not get it. I wish I would have, but I did not. This was also very expensive, so I'm hoping for something good out of this. And then last, we have the Creme Shot Natural Cake Face, which is a sweet cream scented ultra mattifying baking and setting powder. You guys know I love a good setting powder. So I'm going to go unbox what I can, and we will do some swatches. I am not going to swatch right now the foundations or the concealer. I'm going to leave that for when we do the full face of makeup. But I think these colors are actually going to work out really well together. I'm hoping so anyway. Hopefully it's not too dark, but if it is, I do have an almost white concealer that I can use to kind of blend things in and darken things up. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox everything, and then I will get my receipts and tell you guys what everything costs. Okay, so I've swatched everything, I've totaled everything up, I have my receipt. So first things first, we're going to do the CoverGirl Outlast Active Foundation. If you do not know, this is very good and sweat proof, but it is not transfer proof. That is why I do wear it with another foundation. So let me see, CoverGirl Foundation, $11.99. Then we have the Milani Foundation. I gotta try to find it on here. Okay, $12.49. Milani Concealer. I think that's the CP one, $8.99. Then we have the Essence Palette, $9.99. The Milani Primer, $12.99. The Creme Shoppe Lip Juice Stain in Cremesickle, that is $9.99. The Creme Shoppe highlighter, $19.99. The Creme Shoppe Whisk Me Away mascara. Let me see if I can find this on here. $8.99. Hello, Bella. What are you doing in here? Getting into everything? Oh, and you know what? I didn't even open this up. Let me open this up real quick. Okay, so the Creme Shoppe baking powder, which is very cute. It looks like a little donut, and I love that this is like a frosted plastic. It looks so cute. Let me see if I can show you without the light, just so you can see. Look at how cute this is. And there's actually a lot in here. So this was $13.99. So I did want to give it a little smell. I just peeled this sticker off on the inside. And it smells like sweet cream. Like if you were to make buttercream icing, that's what this would smell like. Oh my god, it smells so good. I can't wait to use it. And this is so cute. Setting powder lasts me a long time, so I don't mind splurging on it. If you guys know, currently I have the Ciate London setting powder. But I feel like it dries out my face too much, so maybe this one is a little bit less finely milled, so it won't stick as much. But let's go through and show you the things that I can actually swatch. So I swatched the lip stain, and it's still, that's it right there. It's still a little bit sticky. This is like a burnt orange color. And then on my hand right here, I'm not sure if you can see it, that's the highlighter. Maybe with a light you can see it. Yeah, with the light you can see it. So it's a highlighter that doesn't have a cast. It is a liquid highlighter. I did put it all over this half of my hand. But if you notice, when you turn the light on it, it does have a nice like sheen to it. Because the current highlighter that I have on, which is Wet n Wild, you can see it does have a cast. So I wanted one without a cast, and I feel like that's really good. But let's get back to this lip stain. So this is what it looks like. It is very, very cute. I did not think it would be this orange, however. So that's interesting, but we'll find a way to make this work, especially with our pink eyeshadow palette. I will find a way to make this work, trust me. But I wanted to get one of these because they were so cute, and I couldn't resist. So I already showed you the highlighter, but I wanted to show you, oh, this actually has a, oh, it's got like one of these little things. Okay, so when you first open it up, it has this like holographic type of, it's really cool. And then the bottom is like a pearlescent, like white. And it has this button here, and you push the button. It does have a nice mirror there for you. And in here, it has this little poof. So here's the poof, and then this is just the area for the poof to sit in. But if you open that up, it has like this little sponge thing, and you just dip this in here. This sponge is all liquid, so you have to close this very tightly, and it does also say that on the packaging. And then this just goes back in here, and it's very cute. I love this. I absolutely love this. Seeing this swatched on my hand and how pretty it is, it's like a Jeffree Star highlighter if they had a liquid one that dried down matte, because this is completely dry on my hand and it's not coming off. So if Jeffree Star had a highlighter that was a liquid, this is what it would be. And this, I mean, it's just so, between these two already, they're so cute. Yeah, like, I cannot, I'm so excited to use this stuff. I can't get over it.
I have so much.
And this little, it's even got like a little popsicle on top of this lip gloss. Like, it's the cutest. I am dead. So I can't really swatch the mascara for you, but I can show you the wand. And when it comes out, listen to this. Yes, ma'am. So this is the wand on the mascara. It's a different type of wand. I haven't used one like this in a long time, but it does have the really thick bristles, and this is in black. I think the packaging is just adorable. How it says "Wisp me away." Like, this is so cute, and it's not like too much. Like, you don't want to get too cutesy, because then it looks like it's kids makeup. And so this is still cute, but it's not like overly cute. So, but I'm a very big kawaii fan, so for me this is like the ultimate dream. Like, I'm loving it. Okay, so then we have the, so how do you say this? Salut Paris palette. So I swatched the colors, and you can't really see most of the top row, but I'm going to try to show it to you anyway. So here's the matte. So it starts out with, I mean,
hard play.
I don't know. That's just some of them. And then these are the more shimmery. Let me see if I can do this. These are the more shimmery colors. These two are actually two different colored pinks. And then the bottom one is more of a foiled purple. So let me show you what those look like again. So this is the palette right here. As you can see, there is some kick up in the pan, but these eyeshadows are different because if you look, they're more of like a gel consistency than a powder. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to work on the eye, because everybody knows a swatch can look like this or this, but when it goes on your, that is just would be a blinding brow bone highlight. That is so pretty. But when it goes on your eye, it's going to look different, especially with an eye primer. So I am very excited to try all this out for you guys, but I am the most excited about this. Oh my God, I am such a big highlighter girl. This is going to be my biatch. I'm going to love this. So yeah, I'm excited to try it out. I think it looks beautiful on my hand. At first I was like, what is this? It doesn't show up, but I'm so used to having highlighters with casts that they leave behind. I guess I'm not used to a real good highlighter. So, and since I don't have a fan brush, I don't need one with this. But anyway, stay tuned, you guys, and you will see me with no makeup, and we will be doing a full look with all of these goodies. So I will see you then. Okay, so I forgot to tell you guys the total value of everything that I got was $116.20. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see, I do have some moisturizer on my face already, but I want to see if this primer has some type of mattifying effect on it, but we're going to just go in with that right away and see. I'm not going to take a lot. When it comes out, it's this yellow color, and it's a little bit runny, so I'm not too sure, but we're going to see. So I thought this was going to be like, this is like a real thin, like, cream. I thought this was going to be a lot thicker. but it's really not. It smells like sunscreen. It doesn't really feel tacky. It feels kind of like greasy. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm going to grab a little bit more for my forehead. We'll just put that up there. I might have grabbed too much. If you are an oily skin girl like me, you know, anything that's really oily like this is not ideal. But it's got a little bit of tackiness to it. And I had a little friend show up this morning, so we're going to try to conceal that to the gods. But we'll see. So next we're going to take our foundation combo. So what I'm going to do is 1 pump of the Milani foundation, and it does have this really cool pump right here. So we're going to take that. It's my first time using it, so ooh, a little bit more than I really needed, but we'll see. She looks dark. And then we do about a quarter sized amount of this. So it should have about that much. And then all you do, I've shown you guys this in my other videos, you just mix them together. So we've got quite a bit here, but we'll see how this goes. So I'm just going to put some of it on. I do have my mirror this time. It's still not cleaned because I'm lazy. So we're going to use the Real Technique sponge, which is my favorite. And we're going to blend this in. And I'm going to show you how much darker that is compared to the rest of my face. This foundation feels a little bit dewy. Now, as you can see, it is darker, but if you look at like my arm, that pretty much matches. So that's what I was going for. So we're going to put this on. And we will see how it looks. Can I get, aha. I think I have too much foundation, but we're going to see. I'm trying to get better at keeping what I'm doing in the frame because I know I'm very bad about like putting things down here and then you guys can't see them. But I'm trying to get better at that. Actually, we might have just enough. Because this sponge is new, it's going to soak up more product because it's not all dried out yet. And I did just, usually when I have a new sponge, I like to wet it overnight. So it kind of has the same effect as when you would usually use it, but that's not happening right now. I hope this dries down a little bit more matte because it does look very dewy. Let me see on here. Does it say it's a dewy foundation? No. It just says it's a basic foundation. So now I'm going to take whatever's left on my hand here and we're just going to go like this. And we're going to blend that in. I'll say this foundation is a little bit on the thinner side than what I'm used to with the e.l.f. one. So that kind of has me worried because a lot of times with thinner foundations, they're not really transfer proof. And with me having glasses, yeah, I kind of need that. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys, before I do my concealer, my old sponges. So these are the Hank & Henry sponges that we got from BoxyCharm, and this is what they look like. This one is actually like really hard. So these need to go. So now I have my Real Technique sponges that I can use instead of these, but this is the color they're supposed to be. I don't really wash beauty blenders because I just feel like they're so cheap. Why wouldn't you just buy new ones? But I've had these ones for so long and they have done so well. I would recommend Hank & Henry if you guys are looking for more of a higher end sponge. I think they work well. So now we're going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Protect, and hopefully this is going to be in the right shade. I'm not really sure. Let's try it and see. Maybe. Oh, this smells like paint. I don't like that at all. also don't like the doe foot on this because I feel like it's very thin. I like more of a thicker doe foot, and we want to cover that bad boy up. Okay, the foundation is drying down a little bit, but it's still kind of tacky, but I do look a little bit more tan now, so that's good. Let's see how this blends out, if it's actually going to be what I want. I'm going to use the other sponge now for this. I could use the same sponge, but I'm very like OCD with my sponges. Like I have to have more than one, and I do have one just for powder too. I mean, if you look at it with the light off, I think it's going to look a lot better than with the light on, but this might oxidize too and end up a little bit darker. But I didn't want to go too dark with the concealer and like match my skin, because obviously these are areas on the face we want to highlight. We don't want them to be dark. And the thing I'll say about if you do use a darker foundation to kind of deepen your complexion, you don't want to go too dark, and it's very easy to do. But I found using bronzer all over my face instead, since bronzer does usually have like a redder tone, it kind of just makes your skin more, what's the word I'm looking for, more orange, as I have an orange sponge in my hand. Alright, so that's on. I don't know how fast that's going to crease up, so we're going to just take our Creme Shoppe powder and we're going to give that a go. So I like to do this with a sponge. I like one that has like a crease on the back, so I'm going to use this. This is from the Luxie sponge sets. It smells so good. I honestly need my mirror for this because I do. Well, it's grabbing onto everything. I will definitely say that. And this isn't a white, it's more of like a light banana yellow color. I mean, not like really vibrant or anything, but it's definitely more of a yellowy color than a like a white. So let's put that there. And then I always do like around my chin here, and then I do this area too, because that area seems to be always where I get oil. The rest we're gonna put like blush and other things on, so I'm not really too concerned about that. Actually, I think I need to go grab my blush because I don't have it with me. So we're gonna let this sit for a little bit, and I'm going to bronze. So we don't have a bronzer from my haul. So what I'm gonna actually use, and I'll be using this in a different video too, but you guys are probably gonna see that video before this one, is the Ace Beauté bronzer trio. Now, not trio, quad. So the thing with this is, because I'm using a darker color, I don't know if this light shade is gonna show up, but I'm gonna try. So I'm going in with this lightest shade right here, and I want to see if it actually shows up on the skin or if it's going to be too light. I think it might be okay. My cat is in the cabinet, so if you're seeing that, that's what that is. I think it pretty much looks the same. Let's try for one shade darker. So I'm going to go in with that secondary color. There we go. That's the one thing I like about having a bronzer palette with different bronzers in it, is you can use different shades depending on whatever you have going on. And usually for these type of hauls and stuff, I've already picked out what I want to do on the eye, but for today I haven't, so I think we're just going to wing it and see where that gets us. But there's a bronzer on. It's harder to tell with me having a darker toned I can't talk today, okay? I can't. So now we're going to contour the nose. So again, I'm going to take this color right here. And we're going to contour the nose. Nose contouring for me has changed a lot. I found this is the best way that I like to do it. I know I did a whole dedicated video on a nose contour, and that kind of worked for the bronzer I was using at the time, but it doesn't really work for me now, and this contour is not even at all. Well, hopefully once we get some highlighter on there, that'll look different. That's another thing. I wonder how the highlighter is going to go on the nose. I'm not really sure. So highlighter is on. I have to go grab my blush and make sure I don't have anything else that actually, no, I do have my blush. I have so much stuff like piled up here on this chair, you have no idea. I do have my blush. So let's get that out. So for blush, I have the Wander Beauty Trip for Two. This is very dirty, but I don't really use a lot of blush. As you can see, this is the bronzer, which I've hit pan on extremely, but this is the blush. So for the blush, it's not really, I don't really use it that much because it's so pigmented, but it is a nice blush color. And they did have blushes at the Creme Shoppe, but I figured since I have barely even dipped into this one and it's going to last me a long time, there's not really a point in me buying a new blush just because I have a blush. So that's that. Let's go ahead and sweep off this powder and see how this goes. I'm hoping it comes off okay. Oh, it smells so good. And then we're gonna just kind of buff out our nose too, because that's one thing I usually do with that. Ta-da! So nose contour could be a little bit better, but did I miss some? Okay, so this is what we have so far. Doing good. What is our next step of stuff? Would be the highlighter. And I just think, again, this highlighter is so cute. I can't get over it. And the mirror in here is a really nice mirror. So I'm going to take the poof out, and then we're going to just dip in here, get some product on there. I don't really know how much we need. And I'm going to try to like bend the sponge so I can get like a real nice line on where I want this to go. And then I'm just going to buff that in. I'm hoping this doesn't make my makeup separate, but I guess we're just going to have to try it and see. This is going to be one of those products that I'm just going to have to play with until I figure out how to use it, because it is a new kind of product for me. But I think it will be all right. I still have, it's almost like the powder picked up like right here and it doesn't want to let go. And here. That's a little bit better. What do we think about the highlighter? Can we see it? Oh, it's there. Okay. Highlight the nosy. That I kind of want a lot on. How are we going to do the Cupid's bow with this? Okay, chin. All of our little areas are highlighted, maybe just a little bit more up the nose. Just a smidgen. So the highlighter, I mean, you can definitely see it, it's there. It's just, it's so different for me because it doesn't have that cast. Like I have to get used to this because it is so different, but it is there. Like if we look, you can clearly see it. She's there. So next then I believe is the eyes. So we have our palette, and I'm going to take my vulgar, what is this called? Pretty Vulgar eye base, and use that. As you can see, it's very dirty. This gets a lot of love. I use it every single day just because I feel like it is such an easy product to use, and it's nice like when you're on the go for using it on your eye. I really like it, and all I do is I take about this much per eye, and it doesn't really take that long to do. So that's one eye already. I mean, it just goes on so fast. And you do have a little bit of playtime with this too, so it's not like you have to sit there and hurry up and do whatever, you know, you have time. Oh, I might have grabbed a little bit too much on this eye. That's okay. Alright, so now I have to think about what we want to do with our color story for this. So let me have a look. So what I'm really feeling like, if we're looking at this, is I really like this pink right here. I want to use this as a transition shade, and then maybe this as like kind of like a cut crease, but not really a cut crease. And then I want to go in with maybe this white up here for a brow bone highlight and like an inner corner eye situation. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's take a bigger fluffy brush. I just dropped a brush. And we're going to go in with this plum color. I don't think the palette has any actual names of colors. See, now I'm getting a lot of kick up in the pan. Okay, so when this goes on the eye, it's a lot brighter than the swatch was. And I'm seeing it is kind of patchy, especially with this eye base. So this is going to be kind of hard to work with because it's not, I mean, it's going to take me a while to blend this. But I think it's going on okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one eye, and then I'll come back and do the other eye. So you guys don't have to sit here and watch this whole process of me doing two eyes. So I don't have a lot of really good brushes to use right now for this. So hopefully this goes good, because the brushes that I like to use are the ones that I've used every single day. And I don't really... Is this going to stay on my eye? I'm wondering if I should have went in with glitter glue. Should we try it? Because I feel like I said, with these colors, they're a little bit... they're a little bit chalky, but they kind of also have a gel consistency to them, so I'm not really too sure. I guess let's put it on, and then we'll go from there and see. Ma'am, can I help you? We have a visitor over here. And she is right in the way of my makeup brushes, ma'am. So now I'm going to take the lightest pastel pink in here. And we're going to go on the inside of the crease. I don't really see too much of a difference between these two. Ma'am, you're knocking all my brushes on the floor. I'm not really sure what to think. So now I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just kind of run that over everything and blend it in. This is a real, subtle look. It's very pink though. Can we focus, please? Hello. I'm going to do this and then it'll focus. See? So I'm thinking maybe we go back in. Let me grab my brush with that transition shade and just darken up that crease a little bit, because I feel like with these other colors on top, we kind of lost that depth that we had. And I could have taken this a little bit higher too. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a real pretty pink eye moment, but I don't know how I feel about these pink shadows, because to me they look like pretty much the same. So I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but I think that looks really pretty. Alright, so I'm going to take a pencil brush and we're going to dip into this kind of like the, I don't know how to say it. It's not the lightest white, but it's white. I'm going to pop that up here. And then put some in the inner corner. As you guys know, I don't usually do a bottom lash situation, but I might today. So this is what we have for the eyes so far. I feel like it's very pretty. I'm not sure how it will look with glitter glue, so I'm tempted to try. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and we're going to try some glitter glue, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so I wasn't going to record me doing this, but I figured since it's different than the other eye, maybe I should. So we're going to go back in with that plumish shade. I have put the Glitter Stay Glitter Glue Primer on my eye. So we'll see how this works, if it's going to work out better. Oh girl, that ain't blending at all. Maybe we just got to pack her on. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie to you. It might be a little bit too sticky for this matte color. It's definitely appearing to be a little bit darker. I'm not really concerned about too much of the patchiness in the middle. My main concern is going to be trying to blend this, because I feel like it's not going to blend. So I guess that's my main concern over here on this side. I mean, it did darken that color up a little bit too. Trying to remember which brushes went with which color. Alright, so now that we have a little bit of shadow, let's see how this is going to perform with the pink. That's in the wrong spot. It's still patchy. And it's not like sticking very well. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how to get these shadows to perform the best. Maybe that's why this palette was so cheap. Because I feel like this eye over here, it looks good, but it's like a very muted color story. And this eye over here is just patchy as hell. Like, I don't know if we can even save this eye. Let me try doing this. Okay, well, I would say definitely do not use glitter glue with this palette. You're just going to have some colors that aren't going to be the most pigmented. Again, this palette was only like $10, so it's not like I spent a lot of money on it, but it is not the greatest. I thought I was going to get better color payoff than I actually got. So I don't know. And I think we're just going to keep it on the top lash. So that's it for eyes. What do we have next? Well, we've got to do the rest of my eye stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to do my brows. I'm going to do my liner. I'll come back and we'll do the mascara, and then we'll move on to the lip. Alright, so let's go ahead and do our mascara. So this is, again, from the Creme Shoppe. This is the Whisk Me Away. So let's see, because this brush looks so tool. Like, I am obsessed with this. Now, I usually don't curl my lashes because with mascara, for me, it usually my lashes stick up pretty well on their own. Also, I feel like if you curl your lashes, it kind of ruins them. Well, it's a little bit clumpy, I'll say that. But I love a good mascara that you only have to go in with one swipe. And with this one, I feel like you have to dunk in every time, even though it's pretty obvious that the bottom of this wand is saturated. It's not like completely saturated on the whole brush. Now this is supposed to give you a false lash effect. I'm not sure. I mean, it's definitely lifting my lashes, but as for separating them, they just kind of are clumping together a little bit. So I don't think I like this as much as I like my Milani mascara, but we'll do 2 coats. As you can see, it's lifted them a little bit. And if we look down, I don't know. It's not a bad mascara. I'll say that. It's not bad. But is it the best I've had? No. I just feel like it's a little bit expensive. So this is probably like the first thing we've ran into that I'm kind of like, I don't really know about that. Now, for lips. Okay. I was going to line my lips, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this on and then we're going to wipe it off. So let me go get something. Okay, so like I was saying, because this is a lip stain and it's bright orange, I'm going to put it on and then wipe it off and see what we get left with for a color, because I wanted a more like pinky color, and this kind of gave me the illusion that it was a pink. But again, if you don't remember in the beginning, this is like an orange. So let's go in and see. This is very watery. Very, very watery. Usually that means it's going to last a long time, but it's also going to leave your lips dry as hell. So for colors like that, ooh, it tastes like a creamsicle. It's actually not bad on the lips. I feel like you can still see my lip color through it, so I'm wondering, because it looked so orange, but now that I have it on with my lip color, it doesn't look that bad. I think a little bit more pigment would be nice, but that's not what I'm getting. All right. So that is the lip all done. Also, real quickly, I think we're going to actually just leave that on because that color combo does look good with the eye. So we're not going to wipe that off. But one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to put some gel in my brows. So this is just the e.l.f. eyebrow gel and lash primer. I didn't use the lash primer because I wanted to see how this mascara did on its own. But since fluffy brows are in right now, and this is so cheap, you can get this pretty much anywhere, but I get it at Walmart. I think it's like $1 or $2. Just a little bit more of a fluffy brow moment. So now we need to use setting spray, and I have the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This is my first time using it. This isn't from this haul, but I did get it a long time ago because I like to stock up on things. Ma'am, this mister on here sucks. Can you see my forehead? Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, what I think I'm going to do, because my Glow Recipe one ran out and I really like the mister on that, I think I'm going to put this in the Glow Recipe bottle and maybe try that next time. It's a good thing I have a fan near me because I am all wet and dewy from this spray. It was like a water hose. Like, I'm going to have to play that back and rewatch that. So anyway, while we're waiting for my setting spray to dry, let's go over everything and see what we think. So I am going to actually zoom out a little bit just so we can talk about things. As you guys can see with my skin tone, this foundation combo worked out really well. I think the concealer is still a little bit light, but for me, I'm real picky about concealers. It did its job. I don't have any complaints. I just don't really like the wand on this. And I feel like it was a little bit expensive, but this is glass. So, or is it? Are you plastic? It's plastic, but it looks like it's glass. So I appreciate how like pretty this looks. And it is a big tube, so you're going to get a lot of use out of this, especially with how small the doe foot is on that. I've already said good things about the Covergirl Alt Less Active foundation, so I'm not really going to get into that. You know, I think this shade worked out really well. As for the Milani foundation, I'm going to have to like do a wear test. I'm probably going to pop back in later today and show you guys what the lip ended up looking like, which pretty much just looks like my lips. I mean, let me get a closer look. There's a little bit of pigment there, but not those. My lips are just naturally a little bit more like pinky red anyway, so I feel like it's a very muted down lip stain. I really thought I was going to get the same type of thing that I got from the swatch. So as for that, I'm not really sure, but if you do want something on your lips and you want something a little bit more transparent, maybe this is for you. I had higher expectations for this, so this is like a no for me. So I think that's our first no out of everything. The setting spray wasn't really included in there, but this just needs a better mister. There's nothing wrong with the setting spray. I do really like this, this baking powder, but it did actually brighten up my skin a little bit. So I think if I use it next time, I'm going to have to use a little bit less because I feel like it just pulled the pigment right out. And that's something I don't want because now my nose contour looks really harsh. But I do wear glasses, so nobody's going to see that. As for the highlighter, it is definitely there. You can see her. She is beautiful. It's just very different than I'm used to because it's not a powder. So I have to play with this and see how I'm going to do with this. I don't think I'm going to number rate anything, but you guys can pretty much go off of what I'm saying for how I feel. The mascara, it's a decent mascara. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm liking it. I just feel like if you're going to use this, maybe use like a mascara comb and comb through them like with a spoolie or something. Do I actually have a spoolie up here? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'm looking. I know I do in my other set of brushes, but with this set of brushes, I can't find a spoolie. But maybe I'll try to spoolie them out a little bit, but I think it's a little bit too late because they've dried. What else didn't I talk about? The primer. So since this has SPF 30 in it, I'm going to have to see how this works throughout the day, if it's protecting my skin or not. You know, obviously, if I take my makeup, if I take my makeup off later and it doesn't look the same, well, then we're going to know. But I think that's, oh no, we still have one more. We still have the palette. So the Salut Paris palette, which I'll show you the colors again in case you want to see them again after I have played with them. Here it is. I don't feel like the shimmers in here really performed that great. I feel like the mattes are just a little bit too chalky for me. I've never had a palette that was a bad palette aside from my Profusions one, but this one is probably going to go in with that palette because I I thought the colors were going to be more pigmented compared to how they actually look in the pan. And since these are such a gel consistency, I don't know if maybe this is one of those things where you just have to go in with your fingers. But even with the glitter glue, it didn't work out. And usually glitter glue fixes everything. So I don't know what to say about this palette. I don't know. I think that was probably the worst thing that I bought out of everything. But my lips are still drying. I don't know. I'm going to come back to you guys later, and we're going to see if this Milani foundation is a little bit less transfer proof. We're going to see how everything wears, and especially with me having my glasses and it being hot today, I just kind of want to see how everything gels together and looks. We'll see if we get any fallout from the eyes, you know, if the highlighter stays. I don't know. We're gonna have to just wait and see. So I'll check in with you guys later and let you know what's up. Okay, you guys, so as I'm editing this, one thing I forgot to mention is that the lip color did not stay on at all. That's just something I wanted to bring up. So I would not recommend that lip. Okay, so I am back, and I haven't taken off my glasses yet, so we're going to see how transfer proof this makeup is. Let's see. Actually, it looks pretty good. I do have a little bit of sweat going on, but for the most part, I would say, can we focus, please? There we go. I would say the foundation did its job. It stayed in place. It still looks pretty. The highlighter is still there, but it appears that it has kind of like went away a little bit. Like, so this might just be a highlighter that you need to like reapply I don't know what is going on with my camera. Anyway, that highlighter might just be one where you have to reapply it after a while. There we go. But as for the eyes, now they pretty much, I'm so sorry about my camera. Now they pretty much look almost the same. So I'm not sure if some of the eyeshadow came off, but I did take a nap. So I feel like that's the best wear test you guys are going to get. Anyway, if you like this haul, please leave it a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.